In a recent development that sparked an uproar among fans and entertainment industry observers alike, Taehyung has finally spoken out. But this wasn't just an ordinary statement. What he revealed privately to Jungkook reportedly left the youngest BTS member frozen in silence, expressionless. Analysts now call this moment one of the most alarming signs in BTS's internal dynamics. Could this be the signal that the future of the legendary group is truly hanging by a thread? This incident was first disclosed in an exclusive report by one of South Korea's leading music journalists, citing a source involved in BTS's management. According to the report, after returning from military service, Taehyung held a private meeting with several BTS members, including Jungkook. This meeting, which was closed to the public and not officially scheduled by HYB, involved Taehyung delivering a message that instantly changed the room's atmosphere into silence and emotional tension. According to the source present, Jungkook's facial expression drastically changed after hearing Taehyung's statement. He reportedly did not respond immediately and instead looked away, allowing the silence to stretch on. He was silent, said nothing for several minutes. It was clearly not a typical moment, said the source. So what exactly did Taehyung reveal that caused Jungkook, who is known for being open and expressive with his bandmates, to fall completely silent? No official statement has been issued by HYB or Taehyung's representatives, but many analysts strongly suspect that the statement was related to Taehyung's dissatisfaction with the agency and his uncertain future in BTS. Considering previous reports that no promotional schedule had been arranged for Taehyung post-military service, many believe he has decided to take a different path and shared that intention directly with Jungkook. This theory is strengthened by observable changes in both of their public behavior. In recent appearances, Jungkook has seemed reluctant to address media questions about group activities, preferring instead to discuss solo projects. Taehyung has noticeably withdrawn from social media communication and has yet to release any official statements or engage in BTS-related activities since returning from military service. What makes the situation even more serious is that this private meeting appeared to be more than just a friendly catch-up. Observant fans have noted that following this interaction, Jungkook has been absent from several internal HYB meetings involving BTS's future agenda. Some interpret this as a sign of deep disappointment, even speculating that Jungkook might be considering following in Taehyung's footsteps. Amid this confusion, reports have also surfaced that Taehyung is working with an independent legal firm to review his contract with HYB. This fact, which was previously indirectly denied by the company, is becoming increasingly hard to refute due to the consistency of information shared across major media outlets. If Taehyung did, in fact, clearly tell Jungkook that he plans to leave or end his group participation, then it's no surprise that Jungkook, who has always held strong hopes for BTS's unity, was deeply shaken. Many see Jungkook as the member most emotionally invested in preserving BTS's togetherness, and facing the reality that Taehyung is choosing another path must be devastating. Some experts are calling this the biggest crisis in BTS history. Not just because internal issues are surfacing, but because this particular rift involves two members long seen as symbols of group harmony and stability. If both choose different directions, the integrity of BTS as a united act will be severely tested. In a limited interview with South Korean entertainment industry analyst Lee Hyun-suk, it was mentioned that HYB's silence could either be a communication strategy or a sign that the company itself is struggling with an even larger internal crisis. If two key figures like Taehyung and Jungkook are shaken, there's likely a structural issue. This isn't a simple communication breakdown. It may reflect a failure in management to maintain balance, he said. The public is now not only questioning the future of these two members, but also the long-term direction of BTS as a group. In a crucial transition phase post-military service, when fans are expecting a full reunion, this type of news is creating a heavy atmosphere of uncertainty and disappointment. This situation is worsened by the fact that not all BTS members are currently available to participate in open communication. Several are still serving in the military, which limits their involvement in internal discussions and influences how the public perceives the group's cohesion. Equally important is the psychological impact on the members. Jungkook, who is known for being emotionally sensitive and personally invested in his career, is likely bearing a heavy burden. In previous interviews, he once stated, "The BTS family is the only reason I keep singing." If he's now forced to face the fact that this family is beginning to fracture, then whatever decision he makes next will be crucial. This the end of BTS as we know it. Although it's too early to conclude, the facts on the ground indicate that this crisis isn't just a rumor or passing speculation. There are behavioral changes, communication shifts, and visible emotional strain between artists and management. And more than that, there is emotional damage affecting those most involved. Jungkook's silence isn't just a personal reaction, it's a reflection of the collective pressure now being felt by BTS as a group. And Taehyung's statement wasn't just an emotional release. It may be his way of preserving his dignity as an artist who feels neglected. Soon, the public expects official statements from HYB, from Jungkook, and from Taehyung himself. But until that happens, one thing is certain: BTS's future can no longer be taken for granted. And the decisions made in the coming weeks could determine whether the group stays united or changes direction forever. After thoroughly examining the developing issue concerning Kim Taehyung and Jungkook, two key figures of BTS, it can be concluded that the information regarding Taehyung's shocking revelation that left Jungkook speechless and the speculation surrounding BTS's future being at stake does not yet have a factual and verifiable basis. The majority of information circulating at present stems from anonymous sources, unconfirmed media speculation, and emotional interpretations of gestures, posts, or naturally occurring situations following military service, and the entertainment industry, especially one rooted in a fandom as large as BTS's. Every movement, expression, even a pause in communication by a member can easily be interpreted in various ways, even exaggerated. Unfortunately, this is the primary trigger for the rise of dramatic narratives that are not necessarily accurate. The issue regarding Taehyung privately sharing a secret statement with Jungkook resulting in an emotional silence is not supported by any confirmed information from the involved parties. There is no recording, no official statement, nor any other factual evidence to support such a claim. It must be emphasized that as of the writing of this article, HYB labels, BTS's official agency, has never issued any statement that Kim Taehyung expressed a desire to leave the group, nor that Jungkook is shaken and considering a similar step. Individual actions that are personal in nature, including private meetings among members that are not publicly announced, cannot be used as the basis for concluding conflict or internal division without clear context. Furthermore, the information stating that Taehyung has enlisted the help of an independent legal team to review his contract cannot yet be legally substantiated. No official documents or statements from attorneys have confirmed such actions. The same applies to the rumor that Jungkook has disappeared from HYB's internal agenda and traveled privately due to emotional pressure. There has been no confirmation from management or the artists themselves about this information. Changes in social media behavior, pauses in promotional activities, or decisions to reduce public exposure do not necessarily reflect internal conflict. Often, artists take time for mental recovery, post-service reorientation, or simply wish to enjoy their privacy. Concluding that they are in conflict or preparing to leave the group is merely a narrative built from a series of assumptions, not facts. Meanwhile, it is understandable that the public and fans feel anxious or moved by such stories. BTS is not just a music group, but a global icon that has become part of millions of people's lives. When any of them is rumored to be under pressure or planning to leave, emotional reactions from fans are perfectly valid. However, it is also important for the public to realize that emotional involvement does not justify spreading unverifiable information. News consumption must be done critically by considering sources, context, and balance. HYB, as the agency that manages BTS, is known for being reserved in responding to internal rumors, and this approach is not meant to hide anything, but rather to protect the privacy of the artists. However, if major changes affecting the group structure or artist management occur, the agency typically issues official clarifications transparently. The fact that no official statement has been released from HYB supporting rumors about a conflict between Taehyung and Jungkook indicates that the news lacks solid grounding. Equally important, BTS members, including Taehyung and Jungkook, are known as individuals who value honest and open communication with their fans. If something significant were truly happening, they would most likely speak out directly, as they have done during previous crucial moments. Up to now, there have been no official signals or direct statements from them that support the stories of conflict, division, or a bleak group future. In the digital world filled with fast and unfiltered information flow, it is vital for all parties, including the media, fans, and the general public, to refrain from spreading dramatic narratives that have not been verified. Such narratives are not only misleading to the public, but also add pressure on the artists who become the subject of rumors. The mental health and personal comfort of BTS members must be respected and protected by anyone who appreciates their work and dedication.